All right, welcome one, welcome all. This is top eight loser round bracket, the first of the top eight matches where we have Falcon and Number against Kama and Purenail. I am your comms here, Kuroshi, and today with me I have the wonderful and amazing A-Press.
Hello, everyone. We're going to bring you a very exciting rando race here. Um, Falcon, Numberplay, Purenail, Kama, all incredibly talented rando players. Like, this is going to be a spicy match, I'm sure.
Yes, and hopefully we'll give you all the spicy comms to come with it. Probably not too
Mhm.
spicy though. But yeah, as you can see, we have a pretty interesting board here, I think. I don't know, what do you think? We have like grubs, like two grub goals, I
You
think,
love to
and
see
then
it.
not a lot of random obtains, it
Yeah,
seems.
not too
Like,
bad. Like, World Sense can always be a little tough when it's just like the one thing like that. Is Hot Springs not too bad. The Charm one, Extra Mask. Like, really shouldn't see. I don't expect to see random obtains being too rude,
I mean, we see
unless like
that, and
World
then
Cleanse or Grimchild could be.
yeah, next thing you know, Will sense at Path of Pain. Won't be the first time, probably won't be the last. But yeah, do we like? I think the like top eight in general, not just this match, but the other few matches coming in. I think we all have a. I'm pretty sure exciting matches up ahead. Of course, we're gonna start with one like the losers bracket, and this is still I think again like you mentioned earlier, really two strong teams really, and the fact that they're in losers bracket, I think is like a testament to really the type of like the quality of competition that we have in this random tournament. I believe we should be starting soon.
Yeah, we should be getting going pretty soon here. Count of the teams off. Just gotta wait for the stream delay to catch up.
And
Yep.
we're off. Right, we have one team. So one of the players starting over in Green Path Lifeblood, the other in A Mound, and hopefully we get to see some early movement, preferably dash wings. No one likes the early claw. Do you like the early claw?
I mean, I'm more of like let's not even start off with movement. Give us some stags. Give us like dive. Give us a fireball. Give us a boulder killer. Make them
Yeah,
work for that movement a little bit.
early dive is fine. I think. I mean, dive is basically a movement skill. Let's be honest. It's not really a. Would you use dive as a damage skill? I mean, if it's the only spell, yeah, maybe. But like,
Yeah, expect
right?
at least at the beginning here, we're going to see pretty similar routes from both teams. I think these starts kind of lend themselves to a pretty kind of one best way to go at the start.
Yeah, more or less. I think everyone, like, I believe the Green Path Lifeblood players will definitely look to get to the stag early, check
Hmm.
Dirtmouth maybe, and then like obviously the A-bound runners are gonna get out of A-bound fast. Also,
And
we
all
have
right, we get
maps randomized for this run
yes.
chat, so it should be exciting.
And it's gonna be a Mantis
Uh,
Claw at Vengefly King. So what do we know? Claw
I,
in the
I
first
mean,
six checks of the seed.
I mean, like
Pretty classic.
this rando, yeah, I
Both
don't know,
teams also marking their first goal already, getting that
extra
extra
mask.
mask
Oh,
shard like
we love to
pretty
see
much
it. We love to see
instantly.
it. Yeah. Again, that's pretty good. Reno teens, I think. And the most I can see there is 29 grubs. Did you see?
So
Wait,
there's a
was it?
Shaman Stone and a Vengeful Spirit. I don't know if those were the expensive ones. I
Doesn't look like it. I think it's
think
a
Shaman Stone
29
was
grubs.
26.
Yeah, 26 is pretty expensive, but it's okay. Early white fragment. So we're gonna see a lot of grubs being
Hmm.
saved. So all you grub fans out there, I think you're gonna have a wonderful time.
Yeah, rejoice. It's a good
Falconada.
grub seed. Ooh, and
Early
a
on, it's not
Rescued
gonna
Stag in a Zelda shop. So I
and a
would not be
bunch of soul
surprised to
refills.
see the Green Path Runner going for that pretty early. As is usual for Rando Seeds, checking shops early on is pretty good. You get to see just like a
Purenail,
bunch of items right away.
Purenail going somewhere different. He's going for the toll instead of the lever. I believe. I mean, I guess that's slightly faster, right? You get to, especially with the start that you get.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I would guess it's a little bit slower than just going down Green Path, but you do get that bench, which can be nice for coming back to like Thorns, Acid Bridge Relic once you have Dash or Isbas or something like that. So I think it's a pretty
And
nice play.
hidden station stack. Okay, we have a pretty open. We have a very open. What do you call that? Seed right
Seed.
now. I think with Claw and a bunch of stags. So we're gonna see them. I think diverge a lot. I think we're gonna already see a divergence here in Falcon and Kama. One of them going for the early grubs, it seems, and Falcon going for Moloch. We'll see if Kama wants to do the same, but
When
right
Falcon's gonna
now, oh,
find first
okay,
dash of the seed
that's
there at
that's
the
really
second Moloch
okay.
totem. Wow, it's a
Dash
really accessible movement in this seed right at the start.
and Kama's gonna find it too on his way. So we're gonna have okay, both teams are gonna be very even, it seems.
Mhm.
We'll have to see what changes in route that the two teams are gonna take because right now we're basically seeing two copies of the same stream.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, we're gonna have a lot of areas open up to us with hidden station stag, like that gives access to all of city. They have access to cliffs. They have access to fungal and deep nest, resting grounds through the stag. Like they can go pretty much everywhere.
But okay, let's say you're in this situation. Where would you want to go, AP? Where would you think would be a good choice? I think you
I mean, I
mentioned
think that
resting ground was one of these good choices.
yeah, I really like rushing your shops with these settings. Like no full flexible on. I think you really want to see those as quickly as possible. So I think Falcon and Kama going through Crossroads makes a lot of sense. Um, I think for Numberplay and Purenail, like I would like to see them exploring those stags a little bit. I think Crossroads a little bit more dense than some of the other areas, like making your way all the way to Fungal, not really my favorite place. Same with Deep Nest. That's kind of how I would be approaching this seed. So we'll see if they do something like that. But there is also something to be said about full clearing the areas that you start with, not wanting to miss something that could be important later on.
Yeah, like imagine like leaving behind a check even though you have early access to it. Couldn't be me.
Hmm.
And we see Falcon going for the gold mash shot. Bit of a, I mean, it's in logic. So again, like this goes back to what you mentioned about wanting to full clear the seed. I think.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not surprised to see that Falcon went for it, considering they went for Moloch right away. Like, if you're at that point, I'm pretty sure they're committing to basically full clearing Crossroads.
Yeah, I think they should be hitting off to Amon, I believe, after.
Well, they started in
Not
A-Mount.
not Amon, sorry. False Knight. Yeah, False Knight.
See, well, that's the one where I think they might. That might be where they choose
They
not
might
to do it.
skip.
Like at
Is
this
it?
point, they can't check glowing
Interesting.
womb. They can't check failed champ. So it's like you go and you get those two checks, and you probably have to go back there later on anyways. You already had access to mound, so you're not getting that from it. I wouldn't be super surprised to see them skip false knight.
Yeah, and surprised that they're not rushing, like you mentioned, rushing Salubra. I guess like again, probably doing a full check and having dash and claw already. I think means that going to Salubra is less of a priority. Yeah, basically you can literally see it's like both of them. I think it's also a testament to like both teams recognizing sort of like what needs to be done and like not really the optimal, like super optimal, and then we have a dive at MMC. That
But yeah,
the
I mean,
both
we
of
see
them
them doing like the same
the same.
things. Like,
So you know you do know you get to know that this is sort of like a good. These are good plays. These are good checks. These are good
mhm.
choices in many ways. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think with Blackout TE, like you really do want to not be leaving behind very many checks. Partially, like mostly to cut out on backtracking, but also just so you don't forget about something later on. Um,
Yeah.
like they
But
are
yeah.
allowed to check helper log, to check map mod and stuff like that, but that's just like time that's not going to be spent doing checks. So if you can keep track of what things are left to do, which kind of means you have to keep it small, I think that helps a lot.
Yeah. And yeah, I think like Chat mentioned, RG is definitely. I think you definitely go RG now, right? With dive, like.
Yeah, and I mean we see Kama doing it. Yeah, Crips opens up a lot of checks. And yeah, gonna be rewarded with a dream nail, and I think and a Wraiths was there too. So
That's yeah, that's really good. Early Dreamnail means that again, having these early like basically keys, like essentially these are like extra keys for more checks as well. Allows like and like securing true ending. I think these are all really good, like assurances if anything. Because I think like being assured of things is always like a nice thing. I feel.
Hmm. Yeah, so we did see Falcon and Kama both picked up a simple key at Go Mask Shard, and Falcon's going to be using it right away to get into GG shop.
And we
Um,
see Dreamnail. There's a Dreamnail and King's brand there.
Quite a
Four
few
eggs.
things there, yeah.
Dreamnail and King's brand. This is. What, do they have enough for the King's brand? It was four. I believe it was just 4 egg. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't seem like they
Doesn't look
do.
like they picked up anything important there, but of
But
course,
again,
good to know.
knowledge. It's always good to have knowledge, chat.
Yeah.
I think just having knowledge of like all the different checks, I think it definitely helps in like planning out your route. I think, don't you think so?
Yeah, for sure. Like at this point, you start thinking back, like, did I see eggs in shop? Like,
And okay, full King Soul for Number and Falcon, going back for the King Soul at Soul Catcher.
and especially knowing where King's brand is, like having Hidden Station already, that feels pretty good for Orange Team, I think.
Did we see what was at Flower Quest? I
I
think Kama
missed
checked.
it, but I'm pretty sure Kama would have checked it.
And judging from chat's lack of reaction, I believe Flower Quest didn't really have anything of note.
Yeah. Oh, so surprised.
Also
So we are
sad.
actually going to see Falcon going for False Knight here.
Yeah, I mean it's not that bad of a check, I feel, but like I do agree with the resting grounds play from Kama. But I think maybe Falcon having checked Amon, he's just like deciding to clear all of Crossroads and making it
Yeah.
easy for himself. And Purenail doing the, I believe, is there a hit to Shake Gate's goal? No, but deciding to hit the Shake Gate already. Oh no,
No,
there
it is.
is, there
Top
is,
right
there is.
slash
Top
two
corner,
shake.
yeah. And Number as well. Again, like the green path, you can see a bit of change in the movement for Kama. For Kama and Falcon, but Number and Purenail roughly the same. Seems like Number does decide to not go into QG. Since
Yeah, the QG
that
play
bit
is interesting here. It's
early
you
on,
like
especially with no. I guess he has Wraith, so it's not that bad of a Petra arena at least.
yeah, but kind of just the problem with QG is like going through the arenas is a lot slower than just getting the stag.
Yeah, I
So it
mean,
can
but
pay
like,
off if you don't find the stag, but
I mean that's just Rando,
right.
right?
But it's just yeah, how much do you want to
How much are
risk
you
doing
gonna
that early
gank on it?
on?
But like doing the arena 2, I think is the bigger one. I think it's
For sure.
the like. Would you wanna do arena 2 with just base raves? I mean, I wouldn't. I would still leave that on. I would hope for the QG access or better spells. Falcon deciding to go to Fungal instead of. I don't think Orange has gone to resting grounds, have they?
No, they haven't yet. But yeah, we are going to
That's
be seeing new checks here in Fungal.
and we are okay. Now we see both fragment and X. Oh, there's a fragment at. Oh, okay. There's a fragment at Essence. So that should be. Oh, that means Team Orange has full knowledge of Voidheart, I think.
Well, they haven't checked here yet.
Oh, okay,
Navy,
yeah, yeah.
the other fragment was at
Soul
Soul
Catcher.
Catcher. So that's
Yeah,
something that if Kama remembers to go back and check, it will be really quick to check.
yeah. So full knowledge unless they forget. Exactly. Which which is has happened before in the tournament. So not gonna
Mhm.
be out of the realm of possibility.
Gonna see a Sharp
And
Shadow at Leg Eater, and that's pretty much it. Which I don't think that's on the board, but can be kind of nice. Just that little bit of extra movement speed.
interesting. And it seems Falcon is heading to cliffs
Cliffs,
via.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Whereas Purenail and Kama have Stagness, so that's a bit of a difference. Ooh, Purenail going on 1 health against Gorb. We all don't like Gorb. I don't know. I think Gorb's kind of a cringe boss, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah, that stagnant stack. I missed where it was. I know it was somewhere in resting grounds. I don't know. I'm guessing that was probably a seer pickup.
Seems like it.
Yeah, pretty nice. Especially, it doesn't seem like there was anything important in Stagnus Stag itself, but being able to get up there without having to do any pogos is pretty nice.
Warp is definitely better than no ice, but that's not really saying much now, is it? And okay, so let's see where these two different routes will lead our runners. Falcon and Number having are ahead in terms of having TE, but of course Karma and Purenail having knowledge of the fragment in Seer definitely helps.
Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't seem like white fragments are going to be too much of an issue with this seed. We do
Well,
see two more wraiths, one from each team, Purenail and Kama finding their Bishriek at the Gorb Totem, Number finding a wraiths at the Basin Palor. So that's pretty good. Once Orange team goes to Resting Ground, like they'll be pretty set up with damage. And Navy team, of course, like Wraiths is or Shriek is
already,
pretty
yeah.
pretty premium.
It's good, yeah. And we see Navy team opening up Grim early. I think that's always a good thing to do. I think
Yeah, I
maybe
know we've seen Fragile Heart at least, I think was at Salubra. So I mean those are things that you definitely want to be thinking about.
either way, I think we won't see. I don't think either any other teams are specifically ahead just yet. I think both are roughly more or less equal. Some of them choosing different routes. I think we'll see whether or
Yeah.
not Team Orange decides to go back to RG eventually. Because I think leaving Resting Grounds this late after having early access is not a play I would make. At least I would say.
Yeah, I mean it can be really easy when you get this much movement to forget to check stags, or not even forget, but just to not have it be
A
really one of your
priority.
priorities. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like we see Number who climbed up from Basin into Right Side City. It is a little bit of a slow way to get up here, but once you're in City, there's a lot that you can do from there.
City always like a huge area, a lot of checks and a lot of access to different areas. I think is always a good. Well, I mean, like you always want to go to the city, right? Lem is a huge thing. Getting like a lot of geo, I think helps with like again, half the time it's just having knowledge and having assurance of okay, I have a lot of geo, I can do things. I know things.
Mhm.
And Karma going through, heading off to Crystallized Mound, I believe, or
Yeah, so we know Kama's already been into Resting Grounds, but there's a Fireball skip that I assume Kama will be
uh,
going for to get into Crystal Mound.
with Shriek and yeah, that's with Shriek and Claw. It's pretty, trivial. I would say it's not that difficult.
Yeah, I mean, not the easiest thing still, but Kama doing pretty good at it. Especially like you need to make sure to keep Soul to get into
Yeah,
Seamount, so.
that's the difficult part, honestly. Having
Mhm.
enough soul. Again, with Claw, it makes it slightly easier, slightly better. Sorry. And let's see whether Karma's play will pay off. So we haven't seen a single Dreamer just yet, I believe.
Right, no Dreamers yet. But yeah, it's something to be said about
And
the early peaks here from Kama is knowing you're gonna need so many grubs. Like peak is one of the best areas to get grubs. There's 7 of them. They're all pretty quick to get.
Mhm.
Um, so I think
they're all basically on the way of places, right? They're not like
yeah.
out of the way, I think, which is like the main thing. And
Cool.
Falcon hitting to resting grounds now, finding Stagnant Stag, and I believe he has not checked Seer just yet. Oh no, he has. Yeah. They have Shriek now.
Well, they picked up their shriek
Oh
in
yeah, the
Cliffs.
Shriek in Cliffs. Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a D Dark that's really good. Again, early access. Oh, is that a on edge zero?
Yeah, Kama using the Mimikyu skin.
That is
Uh,
so cool.
yeah, it changes a lot of like enemies. I'm pretty sure it changes like the names of some items too.
I know that. Like I
Pretty
know they
cool.
changed Radiance to Volcarona, which is really cool. And number with the early waterways play. That's okay. That's a choice. That's an interesting
Yeah, it's a
choice.
very well-made skin. I mean, at this point, they've found quite a few keys. I think waterways can make sense. Like, you have access to so many places. Like, it's pretty safe to assume that like you could get 4 keys and put waterways in logic pretty quickly. And like
True.
with dive, you can check a lot of it pretty quickly. They don't have a way to actually get to junk pit yet without C dash, wings, or swim. So I think we probably see number
Just
wait
setting up.
on doing all
Yeah.
of it, but
Doing setup basically. I think that's pretty alright. At the end of the day, again, this is I mean, this is just Rando. So like any choices they make, generally, I think as long as you have like solid routing and have a decent density of checks, I think you'll be in a good spot. Which I think both teams are. Both teams are in relatively good spots. They've done a lot already, and then more or less again, I feel like they're still relatively equal, even though Orange is ahead by 1 goal.
yeah, I
Or
mean
no,
we
is
have both
two
teams have
goals.
the rando checks counter enabled, so we can see orange team at 79, navy at 80.
80. So yeah, it's very,
Incredibly close.
very close. Very close. Is round the counter.
Yeah, so number taking advantage of these city checks, gonna see. I don't know how many paler they have, but doing nailsmith now.
I
Have
mean,
plenty of money after Lem.
yeah, I mean, again, like these are all like I think gathering
Oh wow.
information early is really good.
Yeah, instantly gonna pay off. There's a monarch wings at nail 1.
Wild Wings and Nail One, yeah, these are the gambles you take to be to do well and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, kind of the problem with nailsmith is you can only see like the next upgrade from what you're able to buy. So until you have 3 Palor, you're not able to see like what all the items are there. Um,
But
so even then, like you can't even get that much information from going there without Palor. But in
hmm,
this case, it's really paying off for them.
yeah, I think we haven't seen either team. This could be a very again, this match could just be dependent on who finds the random of teams first. Again, I think that's pretty. Who gets like Shade Cloak first? Who gets Grim? I think C Dash. I think those are all certainly things that will help. Both teams I think pull ahead of the other. And Purenail making sure to check Palm Relic. I think that's also again was one of the what do you call that deciders in like previous matches as well.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think that we're going to see a lot of new checks here from Purenail and Fungal. So far, all we've seen here is Mantis Lord, so or not Mantis Leg Eater. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, we haven't seen any Mantis Village yet. Haven't seen any right side fungal things. So
Again, like I like you mentioned, I think before in our own like practice, like just doing regular randos. I think you mentioned like right side fungal. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, with the settings we've had, I feel like right side fungal is pretty slow for how many checks you get. That being said, like once you have wings and you're able to do fungal core, I think it becomes a lot nicer. Um, and then for Navy, like you haven't checked Leg Eater yet. I think going up and seeing Leg Eater is pretty important. So
Very underrated. We have few streamers saying it's very underrated. Yeah, I think maybe just I think having Claw Dash makes it worth it just because you can do checks that are kind of out of the way and like secure knowledge. I think it's also quite important. And
mhm.
for the question in chat, Carefree Melody is locked behind. Basically just have to do the Grim fight and get Brum's Flame, and then you have to banish. You do not need to do the Grimkin because the Grimkin are, and Kama takes a death from Revok trying to do the Revok goal early. You do
Yeah, I
not
mean,
like this yet.
it's tough. Kama trying to save some time by checking the King's Idol there and doing the 3 parries in the same trip like that. Um,
It's difficult.
it's pretty dangerous.
It's very dangerous. But again, we move. Kawa deciding, oh, I'll do that later.
Yeah, so Kama went to Egg Shop a little bit later than Orange Team did, so they already picked up their King's Brand actually.
And it
So I
seems
think
like
Kama's
Kama
gonna
is
be
getting
heading to
over.
Abyss here.
No lifeblood though.
Yeah, I don't think they've found any lifeblood chimes yet. They do have their dream gate though, so Kama can choose to leave a dream gate up there by the
By
lifeblood
the
core
Venta
entrance.
core.
So
And having no C dash as well, I think sort of like, and putting the dream gate there. That's
oh, so Kama may be actually wanting to go up into city here, and gonna come back to Basement later. Yeah, since Comets just took a death, they don't have the Geo to be able to afford the 12 bench. Um, so having that Dream Gate to put instead is pretty important, I think. They'll need to make sure not to set another one before coming back here, or they're gonna have to make that long walk all the way back from Hidden Stag.
And now we see Falcon checking C peak. I think with wings as well makes the access towards crown slightly easier. Of course, not necessarily difficult with just claw dash. You can always just pogo the crystals. They're not really that difficult.
Yeah, but also
And
kind of
sorry.
quite a few jumps that you can just make a little bit faster, a little bit easier with wings. That I think it makes a lot of sense to want to come into these like more vertical oriented areas once you have wings.
And it seems like Purenail is heading to city from City Crest, and Kama is heading to city from Station. That's interesting.
Yeah, and this is something we saw Numberplay do earlier. Actually, it looks like Kama's. Okay, I wasn't sure if they were trying to set up some kind of spike tunnel there. Um, but yeah, they don't have Ismas or C-Dash, so they couldn't really have done much with that.
Shoot. If Purenail decides to check Nail Master, the Team Navy will have wings, so Orange won't have a wings advantage. But again, early wings advantage means Number can check Junk Bit, as we see him doing right now, even without
Yeah, a lot of
swim.
really fast checks you can do here. They struggle a little bit getting that trans dash, but they figured
And
it
there's
out.
a VS.
Ooh.
Okay, VS and an egg. Falcon doing
Oh wow, okay. World
that
Sense gonna
is
be at
Junk
God
Pit.
Tuner.
That's very okay. Junk Pit kind of stacked right now.
So here's something kind of interesting
And
now.
a Void Heart. Okay.
Number picking this up, that was their second simple key usage. So they needed to mark that off and are gonna mark World Sense here too now. So it could be really nice for Navy if they realize that. They'll know that World Sense has to be locked behind a simple key.
And I mean, like the only thing that you could probably think of, like, is probably Junk Bit. Would you not agree? Like, I feel like
Well, I mean, they've like
let's check
Navy's already
GG.
checked a GG, so they know it's not going to be there. But at this point, it's like it really narrows it down. It's either
Waterway.
in Junk Pit, it's maybe that first totem in Waterways, maybe Tuck, or
Maybe
it's in
oh
Pleasure
yeah,
House.
Pleasure House. Yeah. So I mean, it does reduce the number of like places they need to check for World Sense. I think, which is, I think, again, in rando races, Blackout T, information is king, right? Like
Yeah,
the more information you get, it makes things easier as a whole.
if they pick up on that, that can really save them a lot of time if they end up needing to hunt for it later on.
But yeah, the early wings, I think, definitely helping out Team
Oh.
Orange. Seems like they're pulling slightly ahead in terms of checks and goals. But of course, this is Blackout T. Everything sort of like equalizes itself once everyone finds like random obtains. But it looks like I do not think there are any more random obtains. I guess
I mean,
Grimchild.
Grimchild is still gonna
Yeah,
be
Grimchild is the
big
only one. Again, like
And
the
we
odds
haven't seen
are.
a Dreamer yet, too.
That's also one. Yeah, exactly. But information is king. But like Junk Pit is always also a common place to check. It's not like Soul Totem Pilgrim's Way or like something that's like Thorns of Agony that's like out of the way or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say that either of those are super out of the way, but
I think Thorns is probably the most out of the way. I think it's perfectly.
I think
it's
that one is
perfectly fine. I think it's
like
perfectly fine
3
for someone
rooms
to
over
not.
from a bench. I don't know.
I think Thorns is a pretty good check to skip. I think it's
4
a
rooms away from one of the runners' start location. I don't
it's a
think it's
bit.
very out of the way at all.
I don't know. I would. I mean, we can agree to disagree. You know? I mean, like it's all right.
But yeah, something we do see. Kama going into Pleasure House, maybe trying to hunt down that World Sense, but they're gonna find QG Stag there.
That's pretty valuable. And is
Yeah, I
there
do wonder if we're gonna see them go for
hot
that early
springs? Oh
on.
yeah. The hot springs goal as well.
Hmm.
That's pretty valuable. Make sure that Kuro is wrong. I mean, all right, chat. All right, okay. No bullying the comments here. All right. I think both teams have not found C dash, so it'll be interesting to see where C dash is. I think.
Hmm. Yeah, and Orange still having this lead with wings. Seems to be letting them pull ahead a little bit now. 123 to 108 locations checked.
But I mean, in
Um,
terms of goals, I think Blue is slowly like catching up. It's just
yeah,
slowly.
pretty even.
And like again, Blue has yeah, actually no, Orange definitely has the lead, but it's not like a huge insurmountable lead or something
For
like
sure.
that. Is DV Stag at GPZ, I think. So
That's
that's
a
not
little bit unfortunate. DB Stag, another one that could be pretty nice to find, but even just
again.
knowing that you're not going to find it now kind of makes you want to go through Dark Deep Nest at some point.
I think
With
I
QG
feel like
Stag especially, like, you have some good ways to get there, I think.
I feel like Dark Deepness is always with. I guess they do not have wings, but like with wings, it's generally I think a good choice. It seems like Number might be going for that. I think Lantern might be in a study more. Lantern is either you find it within the first few minutes or like you never find it at all in the race. I feel. DV stack not on the board means no GPZ fights, unfortunately, for any GPZ fans out there.
Purenail
Yeah,
gonna be
Mantis
fighting Mantis
Lords.
Lords here. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go into Deep Nest from here afterwards either.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing more teams also going for that, right? Like the whole, what would you call that? Instead of skipping the a mass shot, instead just checking super secret seal
Hmm.
from Mantis Lords, and
Yeah, I mean, Navy doesn't
with-
have wings yet, so they don't have the option to go through Fungal Core.
and with I think with what do you call that? With maps randomized as well, like the incentive to check the area after Mantis loss is also not like completely bad. Just like it's not one random check. There's like
Right.
all the way with super secret seal. It's it. There's 2 checks. So again, is it the best? I would probably not check until I have wings. But again, you never know what wings could be there. You know what I mean? Is as they would say, just rando.
Wings was at Nail Smith at Nail 1. Which I believe was Number who was in City. Went and looked at that pretty early. I think they were only even able to see like the Nail 1 and Nail 2 previews. But ended up paying off pretty well for them.
And yeah, but Purenail decides not to go for the checks, instead just going for the rewards. 3 checks, I think, also not too bad. I believe
I
he
mean, you
might be
definitely don't
going
want to strand these checks. Like,
Yeah, of course. Maybe he checks these before going for the. Oh, but he does have a dream nail.
I mean, if you're going to go into Deep Nest, you definitely come and get the rewards first. Which I do suspect might be Purenail's play here.
Yeah, the no wings is definitely kind of like not really hurting them, but like making things a bit harder for
Yeah,
Navy
Mantis
to
Lord's
sort of
reward's not gonna pay off.
try to catch up with Team Orange. Getting hit by the 2 crawlers there.
Yeah, so
Very
maybe not
annoying.
going to be going into Deep Nest, but Purenail taking advantage of that QG stag instead. I think this is a pretty nice play too. Like once you have that stag, like QG lets you do a lot of checks really quickly.
Yeah, especially like Marmu, the Wonders, it's Soul Totem, sorry. It was the Soul Totem below,
Mhm.
the Journal as well. These are all like checks that are close to each other. and like not difficult to get. I think which is the main
Yeah.
thing. Well, I guess Marmu's slightly difficult. Round not round doesn't matter. It's still an annoying boss. I feel like one of
Yeah, at
but
least
with
with Shriek, you're
Shriek,
able
yeah,
to
not that bad.
deal a lot of damage pretty quickly.
It's more difficult. It's annoying more so than difficult. I feel like it's not like a difficult boss unless you have like base VS or something like that. It's just very annoying. The nothing down at the QG.
You love to see it.
Getting a bit bullied by the Petras, but again, nothing too difficult. Falcon dispatching Gorb relatively well with that amount of health and that amount of equipment. I think, and now
Yeah,
being
which I
able to
guess
check
did Orange
turns
Team not pick up Stagna Stag? Because I don't think they ended up
doesn't
getting it.
either that or either that or I guess Orange
I mean, it's
not really.
definitely faster to check it from the Stag, so I'm guessing they
Yeah,
didn't pick that up from Seer. Gonna be checking it this way instead.
which again, like with wings, it's not really a difficult check. I think. It's
Mhm.
more of a again slight time loss, but again this is Rando and they have the lead purely on that on goals and I guess what do you call that items. Finding the swim over in fungal.
Yeah,
It's
so both teams
pretty.
have that now. Kama picking up that King Soul at Soul Catcher.
And I believe they should know. I think Team Navy would know that where the final Void Heart is, but they probably haven't
Right.
checked
I
Junk Pit
haven't
yet.
been to Junk Pit yet. I mean, they
But they
don't
do
have a
know the
well.
one.
They have swim, so I guess they could check Junk Pit now if they wanted to. But we haven't seen waterways from Navy yet.
And it seems like Kama opts for edge checks first. I think it seems like it. Which
Yeah, swim
again,
giving them
also a
access
good
to
choice.
this.
A good choice again. Nothing like okay. And Falcon going for the Shaman Stone. You love to see that. You love Shaman. You always want to have Shaman.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
knowing
there's
so
one.
early on that it's at Grubs, like definitely something that I think is on both teams' mind. Like trying to just get enough Grubs, get that Shaman, and then know that you can go fight a bunch of bosses.
Yeah, imagine if the base game gave you that actual good rewards from grubs instead of elegy. But again, I digress. And
Yeah, it's just a little awkward for Kama here. They don't have anything to let them do the acid skip up at top, so they're gonna have to go through this bottom path. It doesn't lose too much time, especially if you want to go to Oro. Um,
I mean, you definitely
but
want to go
again,
to Oro
not
with dive, right?
ideal. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go to it right away, I think most runners choose to get camp bench and then kind of split up from there.
Yeah. And I think putting in the Dream Nail, doing one XX movement, I think it's pretty a good choice. But Kama opting for that again, no Ismas is probably like one of the reasons why.
Yeah, no Ismas, no C dash, no wings. You're pretty much forced to do it this way.
And it seems like would Purenail head towards Nailmaster? No, oh, might be. He might be going for that.
Yeah, I thought we might be seeing a Sanctum play here, but it looks like gonna go down towards Lem first instead.
Falcon doing the Fog Canyon play. I think this is a good choice. I would agree with this choice. I think this is a pretty out of the way check that not a lot of people would do. He's gonna go for the map is the annoying one. I don't agree with this. I much rather go for the shade gate route, especially with shade cloak. But I mean, if you're already there, it's not really that terrible. It's just Fog Canyon map. Honestly, Fog Canyon map is probably one of the first thing, one of the main reasons where I would agree in not randomizing maps. It's such a out of the way check.
Yeah.
And and Fort Canyon map and Fort Canyon map. I don't know whether you like to see it or not, but yeah. Dash
Oh, and
slash
I
at
think
rafters. Did no one check that?
no, well, Orange Team has that. Yeah, that's two nail arts now. I don't think we've seen Cyclone, but we have Great Slash, we have Dash Slash on both teams now, I believe.
Falcon on one health, bit scary,
Hmm.
but again. And Pure Nail going to check Nailsmith. This would give them wings, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, has plenty of money and gonna be able to check all these. Oh, and I
and I
think that's going to
think
be our first Lifeblood Charm there from Kama picking up a Joni's down by Oro. Could be helpful later on when they're thinking about Abyss.
Those what why are the aspids all like dark? That's asking. Monomon at Quick Slash. Okay, that's our first. Is that our first dreamer?
Yeah, that's the first streamer we've seen.
That is our first dreamer. All right. Okay. So I think they're like again blue navy is slightly behind, but this one okay doesn't see okay never mind. Orange finds Monomon as well.
It's gonna be a C dash at I believe that's Snail 4. That Purenail discovers there. That could end up being a little unfortunate for Orange team. Um,
But there doesn't seem to be any like C dash lock goals, so
right, but I
might
mean, still, there's it's not, like if they don't find Ismas, if they need to do acid skips later on, could end
what
up being
asset skip
important,
would
and
you
then
need
just
to do
like
though? At this point, like what asset skips would be like C dash only?
um, I mean, the one to get into Ismas is mainly what I'm thinking about.
To get to
Since they both have
Ismas.
swim, like they don't need to worry about swim skips. But I don't know, even then, just like that little bit of speed you get at some points, it could make a difference. Like if
True,
Orange team
true.
chooses not to go back to Nailsmith,
Then
assuming they
Falcon
already
could
found everything
carry.
important there.
Has Kama ever gone back to get his shade?
Ama has not gone back for their shade
I
still.
just realized that.
Which
Not for the
honestly, like I don't disagree with that. Like you're not really hurting for money, especially like you're able to get the 420 Georock like that. Like you're feeling not too bad about that. You can go back for it later on. You're not going for any boss fights or anything yet. So like having the broken soul meter not too big of a deal.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it looks like Kama thinking they probably want that back and be back in resting grounds.
Yeah, I think that was a good play. I think being able to check multiple like doing stuff rather than being like stuck in one goal. I think is always like a nice thing. Kama shit is at Glade because he died to Revik, unfortunately.
Yeah, hopefully they're gonna be able to do that this time.
Oh my god, the ghost Pokemon as well. Is what is that? Was that a Pokemon?
The Aspens or sorry, wait,
The ghost, the ghost.
I am not sure.
And gets the parries. You love to see it. There we go. And Purenail going for the fluke marm kill again with swim. I do not think Orange has checked this because when they were there, they did not have swim. And
Yeah,
it's a
they
spell
haven't
twister for 5 though, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's kind of a slap in the face. I don't even think they found very many charm notches.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like
Like they haven't been
maybe we
much.
see more charming with it, but I kind of doubt it.
Nah, I think with just shamans alone, I think was pretty valuable by itself. There's no need for
Yeah.
a twister. Kama deciding to finish the rest of Sea Peak. This is, I believe, his third visit to Sea Peak. I think making 3 visits to Sea Peak seems a bit much, but again, like these are coming back again and again. As
I
that
don't know.
was
I
a
don't think it's too bad at all. Like you get benches. You kind of
yeah.
even if you're doing peaks in one go, you warp back to these benches pretty often.
And with Dreamgate, I think it's pretty good. But Navy has not found Shake Cloak, right? Have they?
No, they haven't yet. So that's something that I believe was in peak that they'll find too.
Eventually, yeah.
Um, yeah.
And yep, okay, it seems like Purenail has found World Sense, so that's one random
Mhm.
team that's kind of like checked off for blue. Again, neither team has Grim, so Grim could still very be what do you call that? The deciding check between the two teams. It's already 40 minutes, I think. More or less halfway through the rando. Usually, I think most randos take around a minute 10, an hour 10, an hour 20.
Minute 10. Wow.
Yeah, that's the new world record, a minute 10. Any game changers? We love game changers here in this stream. Yeah, we've seen Monomon at Quick Slash. Both teams have Monomon.
Both teams have that now.
But other than Monomon, none of them have found any other dreamers, neither Dupes nor Lurian or Hera.
Yeah, Fragile Greed here for Falcon. We haven't seen. I know one team lit the Grim Lantern.
I think it
But
was
we haven't
Navy.
seen any of those checks yet.
I mean, I feel like maybe they might want to wait till Grim, but because like Grim can't be a divine, right? So maybe they might wait
I mean,
for.
Grim can be a divine. Like, if you're
Can
able
Grim
to light
be?
the lantern, Grim Child can definitely be there.
Okay, I always thought that Grimchild can't be vanilla or something.
Yeah, Grim Child can definitely be vanilla.
Vanilla Grimchild, you.
So yeah, I don't know. Like at this point, they have plenty of money. I could definitely see them wanting to go back and check that. Like especially with 3 fragiles, that's pretty quick that you get to mark those off.
Doesn't and Falcon going through Mantis Lords. We know what's there. Purenail heading through map waterways map. So that's I think again Orange hasn't checked because when they were there they did not have swim. So this
Right.
might be something good. No, it's just a seal. Is that flukes for 6? Yes, that is unfortunately flukes for 6. Or is that 4 or 6?
It looks like a 6 to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
pretty
is.
unfortunate charms. Like
These
I
are
think Shaman was
very
3. They have a quick slash for 1, but other than that, they've been pretty rude.
These are bad. These are bad charms, obviously. These are bad charms.
Yeah, so we saw Number do it just a little bit earlier, but Kama gonna be doing the Kingdom's Edge route
Let's hope-
for one of the
Let's
goals.
hope they didn't forget the final essence or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
Which team forgot it?
Wait, did that happen in the race?
think that
must have
happened,
missed
right?
that one.
I don't know. I'm probably remembering things wrong as well. But yeah,
Yeah, pretty quick ones. You have full movement like this.
I did
Definitely
not
looks
see
like
what was
Kama
in.
knows where they all are.
I did not see what was in Colos because numbers seems to have checked. Colo 1 has Ismas. Ooh, that's. I mean, it's
and
Colo
now
1.
that's a really long time commitment to do. Like at this point, like there's no way you're thinking that you want to do that.
I mean, I don't know. I think with Shriek, right? It's not that difficult. And they
It's
have
not
higher-
about difficulty. That is just a big time commitment for. There is still a dupe Ismas out there, and like if they have C dash, which Orange Team doesn't know about the C dash at Nail 4, like I think I'd be very surprised if we see them go for that.
Oh, come on, don't. Come on.
But yeah,
Just
that
go on the bottom and do
could
it.
end up hurting Orange Team. Like if they bank on finding those dupes and don't find it, and like something important at Isma, something important at Shape of Un,
Yeah.
could be unfortunate.
These are gambles, right? At the end of the day, like having both teams have knowledge of either Ismas or C dash, right?
Mhm.
And both teams like, if again Pale Ore is more of a luck based thing, so you probably won't just check.
But it's like you expect to find 6 Pale Ore at some point. Like
Oh,
there's 2
true.
dupes for it. Like
Use for Pale Ore, yeah, that's true.
you expect that by the end of the rando you'll find that.
Doing Nosk, I think that's nice. And you kind of want Nosk to be in the ceiling because you have Shriek and no flukes, so that's always nice thing. Kama having Kama checked Kalos, I believe.
Yeah, Kama just checked Kalos.
So both teams have knowledge of Ismas, I think, but one team has the C dash knowledge, so that could be the again. You can see that blue team has basically caught. I feel like blue team has caught up in terms of like knowledge and like all the different checks. I think because they're left with Shade Gaze and Deep Focus, 2 goals of which were very easy to find. I guess no Sprint Master, Dash Master. That's probably what was that?
I don't remember, but I think it was somewhat early on.
Yeah, and that again. Okay, they found it. It was where was it? Was it a Zelda? It seems.
Okay, yeah, just something they hadn't bought.
Greed at is that heart or?
The first one that you see is if you have all 3 on, you see heart, then greed, then strength.
Okay, so greed at heart, I think. Kama had it previewed. Ah, I see.
Yeah, and I mean looking at their checks counter, Navy at 188, Orange at 194 it looks like, so
Yeah.
super close.
So I think again, this is a really close race. Like Orange did get the early wings, which allow them to pull ahead, but like not. I guess not. I don't know. Like not really finding more of the more important checks. I think.
Hmm.
Like basically, like if you don't find the random obtain the Grim, basically right now, how many races have been? Oh, Awoken Dreamnail. That's oh yeah from GG. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we know that. We know
Yeah.
that.
So yeah, it's gonna
Basic.
give White Palace access to Orange. Again, another thing, like technically you can do a lot of that without C dash, but it's
You still want C dash, I
pretty
feel.
rough. Like
Yeah, you
being
always. I
forced
think
to
like
do Thorn Skip and Path of Pain if you want to complete all of that, like I don't know, that C dash knowledge could be really important for Navy if and I mean like yeah, still no Grimchild, still missing two Dreamers, like these longer locations could come into play.
yeah, I do not believe Falcon checked shop key. I
No,
could
they
be
did
wrong.
check shop key.
Oh, did
Didn't
that?
see anything super important there.
That was slide. No, Brand was in GG. Brand was
Brand was
in
a
GG.
GG. Hmm.
Lantern in fungal core. Lantern. That's. Where am I?
Be nice to see. Yeah, Falcon had just picked that up. Purenail's gonna find it
No,
pretty
that's gonna
soon.
find it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if at this point we're gonna see the deepness play come out from either team.
Delaying
Uh,
Deep Nest, I do not agree. But I mean, it's not hurting them. Again, this is Blackout. Doing these things isn't again like. There's no point in having a good lead if we can't find the random obtains. Again, being gated by the random obtains, I think, is always uh, annoying to say at least.
I mean, I don't know. There's like if you went for the deepness really early with that lantern, it's like there's the risk of uh needing to like of dunking and needing to redo rooms, but it's also you couldn't have like full cleared stuff like Weaver's Den before Wings, so having to sit
True.
through the trap bench cutscene, like I definitely think there are some good reasons to wait on Deep
True,
Nest.
true. And like I mean again, this is Rando, so like these choice like it's always a matter of like oh efficiency versus like hoping for a gamble, I think. That's always that sort of like, you in your mind when you do these things, you're always thinking, oh, do I do this? What are the chances? Blah blah blah. Seal at seal, dearest commodity.
Yeah, that's gonna be Orange Team finding their QG stag as well. Navy's still missing Shade Cloak, but Orange Team having that, that's pretty nice for their Dreamnail White Lady goal. Like they know now they're not gonna have to go the long way through there.
I mean, Orange found Shade Cloak basically at the start, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, where was Shade Cloak? Do you remember?
I thought it was in Peak, but now I'm not sure if it's just a part of Peak that Kama hasn't checked yet. Oh well,
Spooky
doesn't
Rally.
matter
Ah,
anyways.
okay.
Kama gonna pick up a Shade Cloak here by a Pale
Okay.
Lurker.
So yeah, that's fine for them. If you're only going for the early shield check without C dash, you do like to see it. I think it's always like these are again doing the longer checks that are kind of out of the way. Soul Totem and Soul Totem.
That's
Oh
an
no,
egg
that's an egg. I'm
actually.
dumb. Ignore me. Ignore me. Ignore me.
Yeah, Number meanwhile coming back and checking some of this waterway stuff that they couldn't do earlier without swim. We already know they're not going to find anything too important here.
Yeah, basically even on checks. Yeah, basically even on checks. This is a very close race. Although
Yeah,
Orange has the slight lead in terms of goals, these are not hard to get goals. These are again very decently, decently like accessible goals. None of the goals
I will
left, I
say I
feel.
think it feels pretty good for Orange Team to be finished with the 4 hot spring goal already.
Oh
That's what
yeah, those
can
are
take
very nice.
kind of a while, but I think Kama's been doing a pretty good job about getting those. Has the Pleasure House one? It's been to Kalo. Started an A mound, so Crossroads one should be pretty much finished. Like
Left
at
with
this point,
deep
you're probably
nest,
just
right?
hoping for like tram pass to get the deep nest one quickly.
Yeah. Kama doing the watcher stuff. I think those are pretty. Oh, taking a pause to wonder whether or not he needs to do the grub. And Purenail heading to Trader Lord. He's
Yeah,
all
coming here pretty much right after finding their shade cloak.
And with a upgraded Neil, this is gonna be a pretty fast fight. Falcon taking care of Nosk. Again, doing these like out of the way boss checks I think are all pretty good. Nosk especially. Nosk I think is one of the rarer bosses in Rando just because of how far away Nosk is from everything in the whole map. I think you would rarely see Nos plays unless someone's feeling a bit like spicy or like it's in the board.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we see number going into Sanctum. I'm kind of surprised this hasn't been
Late
done yet by
Sanctum
either
from
team,
both
actually.
teams. Yeah, it's interesting.
Especially like they had
Absolutely,
Dash
that's 10 as
Claw
well.
dive super early on. Like that's pretty
Dash
much all you
wings.
need
Don't
to.
forget, they found wings because they did
Well,
go to
I
Neil
mean,
Neil Smith very early.
one team had that early. I also feel like wings really doesn't make much of a
Is
difference in
that an
Sanctum.
electrode watch? I did not know that's an electrode watching. That is amazing. That is amazing. That is amazing.
You love to
Okay.
see it. Oh wait, where was that?
Oh, C
Oh, a
dash
C dash
at
at
White
White Lady.
Lady.
Okay, wow.
Ooh, that is. I mean, that means both are gonna find. Orange is gonna find it eventually, right?
I mean, it is, but like, how long is it gonna take Orange to go do that? Like, Dreamnail White Lady, I definitely could see being one of those things you wait until you're in go mode to go do, especially like if they think like, oh, we know Navy's already done it. They probably didn't find Grimchild there. They probably didn't find a Dreamer there. I don't know. Like it could be one that they wait on. I hope it isn't, but I could definitely see them having that mindset with it.
Oh, but hey, the White Lady provides yet again. Mom provides.
Thanks, Mom. But yeah, at this point, I think Purenail and Kama,
Shout outs
they
to
don't
the White
have
Ladies.
Woke Nail yet, but I think they can go back and get that from Gigi when they want to. So White Palace could be a pretty good play at this point. Like, would not be surprised to see multiple Dreamers there.
Probably. I mean, generally, if you can't find Dreamers in the overworld early on, they're probably in White Palace, right?
Yeah, I do think Rando quite likes putting Dreamers in there. Yeah, also haven't seen Abyss yet. Haven't seen a lot of Basin. I don't think either team have gone for Broken Vessel Lostkin.
Number going for the Tyrant play here.
Yeah,
Might
one of
be
the
a
benefits of waiting on Sanctum is having better equipment to do this fight.
and they find that there's Dreamnail. Is Kama gonna hit to because they have C dash, so early Palace, I think it seems like Kama might be doing that. Yep. Looks like it.
Yeah, I think this might be a Abyss
Oh,
first and then into
Kingsbrand,
Palace
yeah.
based on
Kingsbrand,
the
Abyss into White Palace. Good choice, I think. Good checks. With Lifeblood as well, I think this is a pretty good choice. I think both teams are making good choices with the equipment that they have found so far, I think.
yeah.
Like
I think the
Tyrant
Sanctum is
Grimshan.
really good. Doing these deep nest runs for like Falcon and Purenail, Kama going into Abyss, and I assume White Palace after. I think it all makes a lot of sense.
And now I think Purenail is going for Sanctum, I believe. Looks like it. Yeah,
Yep.
we have Purenail hitting Sanctum. Again, I do like these like actually like none of the choices they made are like not choices that I wouldn't make. I guess the late resting grounds, I guess, but like other than that, really like both of like really good like movement and like I think the routing from both teams so far has been really nice.
Yeah, doing just a really good job of separating these areas. I think like Orange especially being able to figure out the routing for the 4 hot springs like so early, like that is not a challenging thing to coordinate since one person needs to do all 4.
Lack of access to a C dash might hurt Orange just a bit, but like again, unless a Dreamer is at Isma's, right? Like you're not really gonna be too. I feel they're feeling too bad. Paylor and Paylor, is that nail 4? Or but they already have C dash.
I mean, at this
doesn't really-
point, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe is not excited about Paylor.
No Tyrant Grimchild, unfortunately, for chat. But probably Tyrant in Sanctum Rewards. You never know.
Could happen.
Or a Dreamer, really.
Oh,
And
oh,
oh,
okay. Kama picking
Isma's
up an Isma's.
egg, birthplace egg. That's again, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and on the other side, Number actually did pick up a Dreamer there. Lurian in Sanctum.
Lurian in Sanctum, which Purenail is gonna find soon. So again,
Yeah.
these checks are I like the late Sanctum choices from both teams actually really interesting, really good. And nothing at birthplace. Voidheart it seems. Kama deciding opting not to do it.
Yeah, still a few more checks here in Abyss that could pay off.
Again, both
But
teams.
honestly, even that Isma's could end up being pretty nice. Like they did already have C dash, but
Yo, Grim
not
Challenge,
needing to
Shape of
worry
One.
about.
Grim Challenge,
Yeah.
Shape of One.
Shape of One acid skip can be pretty tough. So I don't know. Like with Ismas, you don't need to worry about it. It could
Grim
happen.
Challenge, Shape of One. Do you want it? I think chat like I'm definitely looking for it. Like another race decided by a Shape of One.
It could happen. Oh, so Orange Team is going to be checking Nailsmith again. They do have all 6 Paylor, so they're actually going to pick up the C dash here.
Start a poll. Any pollers? Any pollers in chat? I voted. We need a I voted badge right now.
Yeah, I was a little worried that they weren't going to want to head back to Nailsmith, but looks like it was on their mind, probably especially picking up so many Paylor there in
No,
Sanctum.
we are missing Cyclone Slash for NMG, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both teams have Great Slash and Dash Slash.
And that's an egg. Again, that's a full clear of Abyss.
Yeah, not going to find anything too important like that. Isma's
I think
maybe
White
ends up
Palace
being
is enough to
useful,
play.
but
White Palace is the play right now.
yeah, at this point, this is kind of like the 2 areas we haven't seen yet are White Palace and like
BV, I
East
guess.
End. Yeah, Distant Village.
Like DV and BV, sort of.
Oh,
Okay,
so yeah, we
Kama.
noticed earlier, Kama actually couldn't check the fountain there earlier because yeah, Kama with exactly 0 geo, you're not able to check it, which I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, and Orange is also still missing QG Stag.
Orange did find QG Stag, yeah,
Oh, did
when
they?
they got the 4 hot springs, they picked up the
Okay,
QG
yeah.
Stag there in Pleasure House.
Again, they're probably leaving it for last, right?
But yeah, that's one of the areas that they haven't really checked. So that's probably something that would be on their mind is like a nice area to get a whole bunch of checks right away.
Oh yeah, like that's also like we know there's nothing at QG, so again we're all just waiting for both teams one of the teams to go to White Palace, I think. Purenail opting to not do Tyrant, I think. From what? Okay, no, he is doing Tyrant.
Yeah, set the Dream Gate before. I do think it makes sense to kind of want to look at these other faster checks before
Journal
committing to all of Tyrant.
Also, Smash Shard. Falcon checking, is that Beast End? And nothing at Beast End, it seems.
Dang, so it's looking like
White Palace
Basin is like gotta be pretty stacked, right?
Yeah, I think at this point both teams. Well, I guess Orange should know that things are gonna be in. I think Basin. I feel. Well, at least Orange would know that things are gonna be in Basin. They've basically checked everything, right? At this point, they basically checked all locations. 240. And there's a
Orange hasn't been
Dreamer
into
at
QG much yet, like Rix was saying. But yeah, that'll be the 3rd Dreamer then for Navy.
Basin Simple Dreamer. Okay, that's.
So at this
Is
point,
that
they're
Momo?
just looking for Grimchild.
They're just looking for Grimchild, right? White Palace Grimchild? I think it's probably a White Palace Grimchild?
Could happen.
Half a Fame Grimchild?
I think they're also still need a few grubs. I mean, definitely still
QG.
need
I mean,
some in
QG,
QG, but I mean for Grubfather checks, I think.
Okay, yeah. Again, not really too much of a concern, I think. Both of them have
Right,
good
it shouldn't
access
be, but something you gotta consider when you're getting close to go mode here.
Yeah. So I don't know. Okay, do we have any gombles in chat? Do we have a? I can probably set it up right now.
You gotta hurry and go for it before they check
They
it.
find Grimchild.
Yeah.
Grimchild at
I'm
Path of
gonna
Pain.
be looking at this wings here, and just gonna be more essence. So yeah, I'm almost certain Kama's going to be going into White Palace here now. I'm not sure. Did Kama not sit on Hidden Station Stag? Because they at least have the Stag, but choosing to come from base and toll bench instead, I think it's
And we have
just
a
a little
prediction
bit slower.
starting Grimchild at Shape of One. Both teams have not. I think okay. Both teams have Ismas, so this could be a good check. Any believers? Grimchild is Shape of One. We have not checked Shape of One, by the way. We better move fast because it's Kama is checking White Palace. Yes, they have checked Flower Quest. There's
Yeah, I
nothing
believe it was
important.
a Crossroads Stag there. So yeah, Falcon is going to be coming into Kyuji here.
Again,
Save
this is a
Grubs,
very close
the
race.
Trader
Whoever
Lord, get the
finds
last Kyuji goal.
whoever finds Grimchild basically has it, right?
Well, I mean, Orange is still behind a Dreamer. So even if they find Grimchild, that Dreamer could take them a little while.
I feel like they're bound to find it. I think eventually.
I don't know. Like we see, well, yes, eventually they will clear the seed, but like, will they go and do like Broken Vessel Lostkin right away?
Grimchild at Grim. They've definitely both of them have checked Grim, and unfortunately no Grimchild at Grim. We have a lot of people faithless. A lot of people not having faith. It seems. A few believers of the Grimchild. And come on, chat. Come on. We've seen Un come through multiple
They want to
times.
see the palace. The
They
people
wanna
have
see
spoken. They want Seal of Grimchild.
a seal of Grimchild. Alright. Grimchild is being binded by the seal of binding. They have to do, yeah. But again, you know what I mean? We'll have to see. You know what they say, right? It is, at the end of the day, it's just random. We have a big prediction for believers, so it should be exciting.
Yeah, so Falcon Number about to discover this. Dupe Sea Dash,
Yeah.
unfortunately not helpful for them either. Yeah, we are going to see both teams in White Palace now. Kama has a bit of a lead, a bit of a head start on Number. So yeah, I mean, if there is a Grimchild here, it looks like Navy is going to have a pretty decent head start on finding it. And then also having that third Dreamer already being like a done deal is pretty nice for them.
I mean, look at it this way. It is just random at the end of the day. I'm just simply stating facts.
Yeah, Kama's struggling a little bit in this left atrium room, but they're able to get through it.
Again, nothing too much of a huge concern.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to give Number a little bit of time to catch up.
The entirety of chat all looking at Kama's screen, hoping to not either you know what I mean, see Grimchild. What do you think Grimchild's gonna be, AB?
I think there's a decent chances in Palace. That's probably where my money would have gone. Yeah, Purenail going to come and do Dark Jonies. We haven't seen this from either team yet, so could be something good here.
Grimchild at Jody's?
I guess no longer Dark. Both teams picked up Lantern a while ago.
We should do though, I think, because you are a tournament organizer, right? AP, we know what we should allow.
Oh, I have no idea what you're gonna say here. Actually, I wonder.
You know what we should allow? Chat. Okay, let's see if chat agrees. We should totally allow dive storage for Jonies.
Okay.
I'm just saying. All right, we should allow dive storage for Jonies, and that is a Terra at Jonies. Okay, that's all 4 Dreamers for Navy.
I don't know if it was intentional, but you were saying this at the same time Kama was going into right atrium. I thought this was gonna be the Schwing's appeal.
I mean, we know it's not gonna be. We already like, you know what I mean. It's not. Yeah, we don't. You know what I mean, sometimes.
I mean, both
people,
of them are pretty settled matters. I don't think
I
the
just
Rando
say
community did vote on that. I know, but Kuro, like the Rando community, has also decided on not doing dive storage.
Yeah, I'm just saying, dive storage sounds more fun. Dark Journey heaters out. Look, I'm a Dark Journey enjoyer just as much as anyone else. Alright? I'm just saying, dive storage, you know what I mean? Put that in your mind, chat, alright? I mean, what does chat want to see? Cool movement through the dark room in Jody's, or diving into the spikes and breaking a wall? I know where my money's at.
Yeah, Wipeout still is not paid off for Kama. We're gonna
Believers.
see Purenail and Falcon both finishing up this QG grub goal, which I think should put them at all the grubs they need for finishing up Grubfather. Yeah, I see 31 for Orange Team, the max being 30, so they're definitely set.
Like, pretty even, man. This is a very even match.
I mean, yeah, it's really just gonna come down to this Grimchild now. So I mean, it's I kind of do think Navy has a bit of an advantage here, just because Kama has this head start in White Palace. But I don't know. But Number's not too far behind. Like, a few dunks in Path of Pain could give them enough time to catch up.
And again, it seems like the Purenail is doing the other what do you call that? The other goals. I do believe that. I don't think he has for the hot springs. Kama has the hot springs, so that might be a problem later on.
Yeah, I mean,
Falcon-
not too bad to go back from King City. Oh no,
Oh no,
Falcon falling here during Umud. Yeah, no way you're gonna one cycle after that. That's very
That's-
unfortunate.
Not only you're not gonna one cycle, you're gonna get the annoying hit stun thingy that happens.
Oh, and Umud in the acid, yeah. But okay, they're able to figure it out. Yeah, and kind of different philosophies here. We see Falcon choosing to just do more checks, hoping to find Grimchild somewhere else. Purenail instead trying to clean up the board a little bit, make it so that if they do find that Grimchild, they'll just be ready to go.
Oh, will there be a Grimchild Monomon?
Wow, a wings at Monomon.
Wings at Monomon. That is both interesting and at the same time not something you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's one like a place that people usually wait on.
And Kama going through Path of Pain well enough. Still
Yeah,
no
not a whole lot of
Grimchild.
checks. Yeah,
Still
a
no
lot of checks
Grimchild.
left.
The unbelievers looking to win big today.
Ooh, Purenail gonna check the black egg.
Oh, Grim and Black Egg eyes.
Could be some content here.
This is a edge of the seat type stuff right now.
I know, not gonna be black
just a
egg.
journal. How has no one checked
Trying
un?
to
Come
run out of
on.
locations, but
They have to check un, right? Surely they have to check un, given what's happened before in the tournament.
I don't know. This is why it keeps happening, because people aren't checking it. And yeah, that Dreamer is gonna be TE finished for Orange Team now too.
So again, Grimchild, the difference maker, and I guess the Hot Springs.
Yeah, Hot Springs could end up being important, but we do see Purenail kind of going around doing some board cleanup, so I think they're going to be in a pretty good spot as far as that goes. And
No
of course, like, you
Trampest.
definitely have some time while the other runner is, while your teammate is fighting Grim.
No Trampest yet either. These are all
Yeah, no
very-
Trampest, no Great Slash. Like, there's definitely still
No
room for
Cyclones,
this seed to. Sorry, no Cyclone. Yeah, still room for the seed to make them run around. Yeah, I could see something fun like Great Slash at Shape of Un, have a Tram Pass, or sorry, Cyclone Slash at Shape of Un, Tram Pass at NMG, and then give us Grimchild at Hive Blood or something like that.
Karma deciding to like skip the final part of White Palace to do some other checks first.
Interesting. Yeah, leaving behind that one oh okay, they're back already.
Oh,
But
they're back already. Yeah, they just went to check Shopkeep's key, I believe.
Mhm.
Uh, we
Yeah, Navy went through both of those. It's where
yeah.
they're finding their third dreamer.
Grimchild at Hive Blood, Trampest at Un, Eyes. Look, if Trampest is at Un, I don't know whether I would want to give Grimchild at Un. Technically, it's not true, but Grim.
I mean, no, yeah, the way to resolve the poll is definitely just if like Grimchild has to be there for the believers to win. Only fair.
No, it's not. It finished. It's not. It was a prediction. So the prediction's done. I think once the prediction is cleared, I think they can
Yeah,
do it.
once we know the results. But yeah, Number and Comma both going through all of Path of Pain, doing a very good job getting through that quickly, but not gonna pan out unfortunately.
Again, could be at the final what do you call that, soul totem.
Oh wait, is Purenail doing it? Yeah, Purenail's heading to Day of One, it looks like.
All right, let's go. Let's see.
Get ready, everyone. It's time. It's
Get
happening.
ready. Get ready, chat. That's
Oh, and
get
actually,
ready.
they haven't even fought Hornet yet. I don't know if
before-
Orange Team has done this either, but if it's at Hornet, that would be
If it's
so
at Hornet,
funny.
that is hilarious. Yeah,
What was Hornet like clipping into the wall a little bit, but
just Hornet things.
okay, not at
Ah,
Hornet.
okay,
that
okay,
would have
okay,
been
the possibility
incredible.
is still there. The possibility is still there.
Yeah, everyone on the edge of their seat. So many channel points on the line.
I mean, both like the other players are all checking checks we already know. So I mean, okay, the only
Yeah.
thing we care about right now is what Purenail's doing.
Let's see it. I mean, at this point, what do they even have left to do? Like, we haven't seen Glowing Womb, haven't seen Failed Champ.
I think
I haven't seen White Defender. White Defender could be pretty funny.
And,
Here we
all
go,
right,
moment of truth.
Drum roll.
And what do we got? A soul refill.
Soul refill. The doubters
For
win this
nothing.
time. Unfortunately.
Unfortunate.
And the doubters win this time.
Yeah, I
So-
mean,
that what
running
is
low on
that?
checks at this point?
White Defender, I think Falcon doing Glowing Womb could be a
Glowing
Glowing
Womb.
Womb.
Probably going to be into Fail Champ right after. Number going for Dung Defender, which actually we probably haven't seen from both teams, or Isma's.
Oh
thing.
yeah, Dung Defender actually.
So yeah, we're
Could be
going
a
straight
Dung.
into some new checks here. Navy, I'm not sure if we've seen that King Station arena, but it's not going to be there. Purenail going into Stone Sink, gonna check
No
No
Eyes.
Eyes.
Again, these are all these checks are usually the last few checks. Blue Eyes Egg might be something.
Blue Lake Egg? No, Blue Eyes.
Blue Lake Egg. Why did I say Blue Eyes? Because
Blue Eyes White Egg.
Blue Eyes White Egg. Three-headed Blue Eyes White Egg.
But yeah, not gonna be it progression egg, but it could be the Soul Totem under Zero. I don't think we've seen a Love Key yet.
No, we've not.
I think we might have, or maybe one team has it.
Have we even seen the Love Key check? I don't think that's another one. There are actually a lot of checks left, huh?
But
It's
just
not
kind of all scattered. No like really great areas to do at this point.
Okay, Pulse Champ, Purenail. Grimchild, no eyes.
But nope,
And
just
that's
an
just
egg.
I haven't checked the mash, right? Karma hitting to Glowing Womb, Field Champion.
Yeah, gonna be a bit behind Falcon for checking those.
Vessel Frag and Mash Shard. Okay, this is like okay. This is okay. This is exciting.
Yeah, we're
Not
really bringing it down to these last few checks. Okay, we're gonna be going for Love Key now. Yeah, I came through here really early on, but didn't have a way to get
didn't
to
have
the key.
Ismas or C dash. Yeah.
Okay, Falcon found Love Key is what chat is saying.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I mean Collector's an option too for Orange Team then.
Not a field
Failed.
champion. Is there a white defender?
Not gonna be a Love Key.
Not a white defender either. Where is this Grimchild? So, alright, looking for a lost child here. Anyone see that? Reward winning the Rando match, clearly.
Yeah, no, we
Purenail
see.
doing okay, basically they're doing the same checks, so
Yeah, what the other person had just done.
oh Kama has not done false knight.
Falls Knight. Oh right, skip this early on. That's pretty funny.
Not doing the funny, you hate to see it.
You should at least explain what the funny is if you're gonna reference it here. I don't think anyone knows what you're talking about except for
You
me.
can chat. Did you like? You can actually hit False Knight because his hitbox actually exists before he jumps down, creating what some might say a funny situation.
Yeah, if you hit False Knight in the ceiling with Shriek or Wraiths, False Knight will be invisible for the whole fight. Pretty fun tech. Oh,
Okay,
it's a Defender's
okay,
Crest.
number checking Ismas. We haven't done.
It is
Both
in
teams have not
Scrub.
checked.
Yeah. It's pretty similar to that kind of invisible False Knight. The good thing is getting it in Rando won't force an infinite load when you enter City later on, so more of a run viable strat, I would say.
Okay, Falcon again. This is down to the wire. Both teams are basically gonna do checks. Oh, okay. Tuck egg, Grimchild. The Tuck
Yeah, I
kidnap
mean,
the
could
Grim.
be
The
important.
Tuck kidnap the child. Someone call. Someone call us Child Protective Services, yo. Tuck.
But at this point, if it's not here at Tuck, I'm
No.
not sure what we have left. Right? We're definitely running out. And it is
There we go.
Grimchild
It
at
is
Tuck. Okay,
Grimchild.
wow.
Okay.
So yeah, that gives Orange Team a pretty good advantage. I wouldn't be surprised to see Purenail go straight into Isma's Grove after finishing White Defender.
Yeah. So this, like, even though they do have the, is the Grimchild advantage, this could still very well be very close.
Yeah, it's
Although
not
Navy has
over
not done the
yet.
hot springs though, so that is. It needs some prediction love, to be honest. You can tell that to the next set research. I wonder.
I mean,
who
yeah,
raced
thankfully
next.
fighting Grim takes like a decent amount of time that it gives your teammate time to finish up some goals like that. So I don't know, if
Again,
Purenail goes straight into Isma's, it's gonna be
I think you
rough,
have
but
to.
this is a possibility.
I think you have to, right? At this point, like you definitely go there. I feel.
Yeah. It's what
Like,
I definitely expected that to be
okay,
Purenail's
this
play,
could still
but
be very close.
you're gonna be
This
pretty down to the wire.
this could still be very close. Alright, check. Kama is going checking. What's this? Lost Kid. Ooh, that's
Oh, did they not do that when they came in here earlier? I didn't even realize that.
Decrest, I think.
Yeah, I picked up from Purenail.
This
So
is down
I
to the wire.
expect to see it right as soon as they check this last Isma's check. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Navy team needs
It's too
something
far
to go wrong for
for
Orange at this
orange,
point.
but it doesn't
But
seem like it.
it's not over.
Trampass at what was that? Trampass at Grim.
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much had to see something like that. Like the seed was, they were running out of checks.
Purenail doing the defend. Okay, I mean they're gonna find it, right? But they're gonna be too late.
I mean, anything can happen still.
I mean,
It's
that sounds
not
saying that it's
impossible.
half a curse. Come on, saying that it's half a curse.
Look, I said it before my any percent raise. It's the runner's responsibility to be prepared for comms curses. Okay.
All right. We'll see what
But there
happens.
it is. Purenail picks up the Grimchild. So yeah, they are
And there we go. They are in go mode. They
in
are in
go
go mode.
mode. Definitely behind still, but it's
Kama
not
has to.
impossible.
I'm guessing Purenail doing Grimchild and Kama is gonna hit to do the hot
The
springs,
hot
I
springs, yeah.
believe. What other hot springs are left?
I think Kama just needs Deep Nest at this point.
Oh, but that's a bit of a ways away, right?
Yeah, I wasn't sure
Yeah,
which
yeah.
tags they
Kama
had
is
access
going
to.
through. But I guess like it doesn't really matter.
Oh well, from Queen Station, they need to talk to Mr. Mushroom
Yeah.
also, so kind of get
That's
to
yeah, that's actually not bad of a
do
route
that on the
anyway.
way.
Of course, a bit too late with the Grimshell checks, but alas. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him well.
Yeah,
Purenail
Falcon picking up Carefree Melody now,
Purenail
and that's
overcharm for the Grim fight here. Gotta be careful there.
yeah. I feel like Navy at this point probably like they definitely knew
Yeah.
how close this race was. You got to be trying to take like every little advantage you can.
This is a bit of a pity, but I mean, as they would say, it's just rent.
Yeah, we see Number entering Radiance now. Falcon gonna be pretty close behind.
I don't think it's New York at all. This is losers semis, I think. This is loser semis. Yeah, loser semis.
I think
No,
this one isn't losers quarters. I
Losers
think
quarters.
is
Well, I guess it's top 8 either way.
it's top.
losers
Yeah,
top
losers
8.
top 8. We're getting down towards the last few matches of the tournament here.
And Number doing the Radiance climb. Okay, at this point, the only thing that I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it.
I'll say it. At this point, Navy really like if we don't see a Radiant set
GG.
from Falcon, I think it's pretty much over. Um, and thankfully, like we see, Falcon has plenty of masks, has that lifeblood core on. I would be surprised to see it, but anything could happen.
I mean, Lifeblood Core, that much health with Shriek and Shamans, like, ain't no way. Come on. I have full belief in Falcon. I have full belief in Falcon.
Yeah, and I mean, so far they made really good work of that first phase, only taking 1 damage from the spikes there. Coming into the second phase in a very good position.
Oh, D-Dark as well. Yeah. That's the climb, and I believe that should be this match concluded, more or less. Falcon
Yeah,
with
this is a
a
very good second phase from Falcon there. Radiance
really
helping out by just standing still.
and GG. You love to see it, or hate to see it. I don't know what you want to see, but you will see it either way. Falcon and Number taking it with on this basically the slimmest of margins. Let's be honest, that was the slimmest of margins, really.
Yeah, super close race. And like we look at the locations checked while it's still on screen here. Falcon Number at 296 to Purenail Commas 292. Like both teams basically full clearing this seed.
Possibly the early wings might have been the difference. I don't know. Early wings could have been the
I mean,
difference.
it's so hard to say at that point.
Either way, this is an exciting match. That much you can definitely discern. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, like comma flukes doesn't affect THK. Unfortunately, one of the few things that flukes doesn't do well, kill THK.
Yeah, comma. I mean, thankfully, nail upgrades, quick slash, like they're dealing damage in plenty of other ways. Yeah, definitely a decision to overcharm with flukes for THK Radiance. And we'll see Purenail and Kama entering Radiance at more or less the same time here. Yeah, nice. We're gonna get to see that skill timeline up on orange side. That 1 minute 6 second claw really kind of set the tone for the early game from this. They just had so much open up to them so quickly.
And you see the ball Corona. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, this skin is really cool.
And the orbs as well. Those are okay. And Kama again, Flukes making quick work of Radiance. Whether it's worth 6 notches, I mean I don't believe so, but you'll have to see Flukes Radiance either way.
And yeah, super quick fight there from Kama.
It's all about the funny. Exactly, chat. We're here to have fun. We're here to render to have fun. It's a GG from Kama. Again,
Pure
this
nail
is
just about there too.
barely been a minute since both teams finished it. I think this is definitely, again, just the slimmest of margins. You know what I mean? It's just Rando, y'all. This is just
Super
Rando.
close race.
I think we can be getting the racers in for what do you call that? Interview? Believe.
Yeah, just make sure everyone's cool with the interview and we'll start bringing people in.
Hello.
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 GG's. That was a close one.
Yeah, GG.
Close one is an
Definitely
understatement.
These are always
Basically,
the
I
tensest
mean, it
race.
was 5 minutes. It wasn't that close. What
I
did you
mean-
guys not check? What did you manage to skip?
We didn't do Ismas for the Decrest, and then behind Decrest was Grimchild. We were looking
Yeah,
for
that was
Grimchild.
required, but he asked what we didn't do. Mostly
Yeah,
bosses.
But mostly bosses.
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't grab the DV, the Beast End bench, and I had my Dreamgate by Grimhut, so I couldn't Dreamgate
Ooh.
White Defender. So I had to do White Defender first, and then I went into Isma's Grove. I don't think that would have changed the outcome, but it would have made it a lot closer, probably.
I also did
It-
White Defender first.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think if you had that like skip white defender again, I mean it's just random. You won't know whether or not
Yeah.
Grimchild could have been a white defender for all we know.
Yeah, I still have to check Sharp Shadow, too, and then gone back for Sharp Shadow.
Yeah. But yeah,
This
this
is-
was
it was
a
pretty-
very close race. Yeah, 4 checks between the two of you, I think. Literally just I think Number and Falcon had a slight early lead with the early wings. You all checked Nailsmith very early, I think.
How did
compared
you guys
to
get to Nailsmith so fast?
Shadowkama.
Hidden Stag.
Hidden
Oh,
Stag.
you just climbed up from Hidden. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
both
we-
teams
we-
use that as their city access.
Yeah, we
What's that
split
about?
city. I went in through Crest.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I was like, oh, Kama totally went into city, which means that they abandoned like Peak, right? For a while, a short while.
Yeah, Kama went.
yes, for a while.
Kama
Yeah, but we
did
didn't-
like 3 visits to Peak, I think.
I did some weird routing. It did not help that I died in trying to parry Revoc, and then I
Yeah.
had to heal 0. So
Did you like
The
my
Dream
parry Rebec / get the Spirit's Glade King's Idol?
That's what Kama tried to do and died with. But yes, it was very
yeah.
it was nice to see it done successfully on one side, but you kind of unfortunate how it went for you, Kama.
Yeah. It was just my bad.
Oh,
I had Log Nail to make it super easy.
Going back to things we skipped, I never went back to Green Path after the initial spawn.
Oh, I full cleared Green Path.
Yeah, so there's a lot of checks there I never did.
Yeah,
Can't
chat
believe-
was betting on whether or not we were going to see the
Yeah.
Grim Child at Shape of Un.
Yeah, I was
Can't
hoping.
believe it. Why was I not there? Heck.
I saw the green path not done in my health log, and I was like, I'll just let number cook.
Yeah, what was my final stats? We came pretty close to full clearing. Did you guys full clear White Palace?
Yes.
Yippee.
Yeah, 81%. That's
79%,
high for
81. These are very high percentages. I think. Yeah. Y'all,
Yeah.
the early claw though, I think was a bit annoying, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Oh, it was compensated for by early dash.
Dash, yeah,
Yeah.
the early claw into early dash, like, yeah, you like to see the early dash.
It's simultaneously relieving and like it's relieving to get early dash claw, but it's also stressful because it's like, okay, this race is pure mechanics now.
Yeah,
It's just who's faster at getting places.
It's also really interesting to split the map when you have early dash claw, because number one is waterways, which is like normally you'd let them do Mantis Village because they're going that way anyways.
Mhm.
But the way that we split it didn't really like make sense. So I ended up having to do both Fungal and Mantis Village.
Our
Kind of interesting.
one
Because-
Achilles heel was that I decided to go to Deep Nest early, but Kama went to Edge, which meant that Kama had to make the long trek to the hot spring at some point because, of
Yeah.
course, Trampass was at Grim
Trampass was
Punch.
at Grim. Yes. Yeah.
And I just checked Dashmaster was locked by Trampass.
Lovely.
I was scared because you guys marked Sprint Master like way before we found it. I was like, if they've had Dash Master this whole time, we're so dead.
Uh,
No, I just bought it at King's Tag.
yeah. I may have a confession that I died, and then I didn't have the geo to buy it at Kingston. So
Oh god.
Oh no.
Well, at least
Wait,
it was
Kama,
Sprint Master.
I also noticed. I had never seen this before, but you went to try to check the basin fountain with 0 geo, and it didn't let you preview it.
Yes.
yeah, I saw that, and
I didn't
thought
know
that
that was a thing.
I thought we turned off preview for Fountain. I was like, what the heck? And then it occurred to me after that I had 0 geo, so it didn't.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to Nail Smith having both wings and C dash.
Mm-hmm.
Nail 4 C dash.
I had
That
I had
was
a
our
bunch of
first.
wasted. Yeah, so I had a Dream Gate there. We only had 5 Pale Ore when I checked Nailsmith, and then I found the one at Trader Lord.
Yeah.
That was our first.
Oh, we
Yeah, I
ended
mean,
up
those-
How, you
finding
hit
all
that
8.
so long. I was like, man, I'm not gonna do this until after like Dark Deep Nest.
Yeah.
And then I did, and then I did, and then there was C dash, and I was like, oh, they've had this for
Did
so
you get
long.
Lantern first?
Yes.
Okay, good. Lantern was en route. It was a nice place.
Oh, the other dash was East Fall Canyon. Ew.
I got
Terrible.
to admit we
I
got
did too,
baited
though.
when you guys marked Stag Nest. We thought Wings was in Cliffs.
Yeah. I went through through cliffs.
I
and
considered
then-
going to Cliffs as soon as we had Claw, but I didn't want to do it without a Boulder Killer.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was either in cliffs or resting grounds because we didn't check resting grounds at that time. But I was like, I might as well just do cliffs, right?
Yeah, it's not slow without Wings anyway.
It's just a little bit inefficient, especially with the man. I really noticed the load normalizer. I miss warp a lot, so I'm like waiting 2 seconds after every warp, and I'm just like, man,
I'm so
Gotta
sorry.
stop this work.
I gotta stop this warping.
And yeah,
I'm
it
so-
teaches you bench warp diligence. It also changes like the optimal routing in a lot of places because
Yeah,
you want
it's
to
like the
optimize for
less-
fewer transitions.
The less transitions you go through, the faster you go, basically.
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, we never checked King's Pass. Both of us just decided not to do it, and we're looking at it like an hour in. And we're like, if Grimchild's there, we're just gonna lose. They should have it already if it's there.
Understandable. We were missing a dreamer for a while, but then I found it when I was lighting the Grim Lantern because I thought it might have been like a vanilla Grim Child.
Yeah, I think
But
we
I got
found
it.
we found all 8 true ending.
Yeah, I found the dupe at the end, but I warped out in the middle of Broken Vessel because Number found the Grim Child.
Yeah, very well played, both teams.
GG.
If chat has any questions or any last comments from our runners.
King's Pass is so much faster when you have C dash. I was missing C dash this entire seed. I was like,
Yeah.
man, this is a C dash. Just have to dash it out.
Right.
When's the next race?
The next race should be, I think, tomorrow.
Yeah, I think there's a couple tomorrow, right?
Yeah, so
8 EST, I believe. 8 p.m. EST.
pulling up the schedule, we actually have there's one more any percent race that's going to be tonight. Calligraffiti and Zertsim are going to be doing an any percent race in a little under 2 hours. Then tomorrow there's going to be 3 any percent races and 2 rando matches. So a whole lot of
A whole lot of content. A whole lot of content.
Yeah, we've got Jamie May against Tim Hamathady tomorrow at 6, and then
And
we've
then-
got Jason Tremin against you guys.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow. Grimchild on predictions very early on. Put the child points in, y'all.
God, this is how many races in this tournament have been decided by Grimchild? It's too many.
Yes, I
a
think
lot of them.
it's just the nature of the goal and no dupe Grimchild. I think it's literally one random check.
But
I
why
think-
is it Grimchild specifically? Like, I don't think we've seen any races decided by Love Key or
Mhm.
anything like that. Or
Last
God
race
Tier.
was decided by Abhishek. Surprisingly.
I mean,
that was
it
a
is
fun one.
I mean, it is just rando, so
It
it's
is.
just how it is.
Never.
Why? It's such a good phrase. Come on.
It's our copium.
It's a good phrase. Everyone's just a hater. Everyone is just a hater. All right? Everyone's just a hater. It is wonderful. All right, I think that's all from us right now.
Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thank you to racers for making a wonderful race for all of us. Yeah, and yeah, I hope everyone has enjoyed the stream. Be sure to check out our any percent races like tomorrow. So the whole and percent race later, a whole host of content for all of you this month. So
GG.
GG.
Everyone have a good night.
See y'all.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Right, I wasn't sure if you were gonna handle it. I think we're gonna look for someone to raid real quick.
do you have anyone on the
Yeah, I think I see
Stream.
Sly here is running
Thunder? We
some
can
any
read
percent
Thunder
1
again.
to 1. I mean the last stream just rated Thundar. I think it's nice to
Yeah, I
spread
think
it out
Sly.
a little bit.
Yeah, Sly's in will be good. Yeah.
Yeah, Sly running some any percent 1221, looking for a PB. Let's go wish them some good luck. Yeah, thanks once again everyone for tuning in.